feel coming back here without Adam in that room? I mean, he's just there for your entire career.
Right. No, it's a little different. It's a little different. Not only Adam, EK, Pat Pete. Last year it was AB. Like some of the guys, Dalvin is in the building right now. It was been a little different. I was talking to Harry today. I'm like, how do you even do it? I mean, like the guys that you came in was like almost like nobody's here right now. So I mean, that's the NFL. But definitely a little different without AT in the room. So I actually just talked to him on FaceTime. So he's our guy. That's my brother. So I'll talk to him a lot still. Right, like I said, I mean, what I've learned, that's the NFL. He's going through, whatever his situation is, and he's handling it, the best that he can, his team and stuff like that. So, I just leave that stuff for the people upstairs. I'm sure it'll get figured out.
How good does it feel to be really one of the top two receivers on this when you really worked your way up and stuck with it, and they stuck with you, and then last year, how does it feel right now for you entering the season?
It's at the end of the day, I'm blessed. I woke up this morning. If I'm being honest with you, I was almost like emotional. I'm going on year 4. I was a 5th round pick. Like a lot of people didn't think I was even gonna get drafted or run for 4. Or, it was all types of stuff. And I'm like waking up this morning. I'm like, wow. Like they say time flies, but I'm going on year 4. And, people didn't expect me to be here, and I still have a lot left in my young career. But it did feel good. What I'm saying, like that people believed in me. Going all the way back to the regime before, and then this new staff, and being stepping into a leadership role more throughout the team and things like that. So I can't say it feels good. I work really hard, and I put a lot of time and effort into what I do in my craft, and trying to be a leader and an example to the young guys that are here, outside the building, back in my hometown, at the U, at Buffalo, all types of things. And I kind of dedicate my life to that. So, it does feel good. And I kind of took a moment to breathe this morning and, understand that I'm blessed to be able to come in this building and be able to talk to you guys and talk to my teammates and, live my dream.
Was it hard to stay patient, KJ, when you're playing in front of young talented guys, but you also want your shot?
Right. I can't say it can get frustrating. Like I said, I work really hard, but at the same time, this is a team game, and we had, especially last year, we have so many weapons. It's only one ball that can go around. But it's a team game. We won the division. We didn't get as far as the playoffs that we wanted to, but what I'm saying, like you gotta do your 111. You gotta do your job, and that's how it's been my whole career. I mean, if you ask my dad, starting Little League, I wasn't the starting running back. I was second string. And then I go into Buffalo, and I'm redshirted. And I'm like, what the heck? And then there's a game I'm the third string slot and the third punt returner, and both of our slots and both of our punt returners get hurt in the same game, and then I was up and I went on. So this has kind of been my career. That's been my path. Kind of wait my turn. Grind it out. But I think like he asked me, that gives me a sense of appreciation. When I do get in these roles, that I'm excited about this new role and things like that. So those things that I needed.
So do you look at this as your turn now that Adam Thielen's on and that's about seems to be open?
I do. If I'm being completely honest with you, I know this is an opportunity. I know there's stuff ahead. We could still bring guys on and things like that. But at least I can say I'm excited about the opportunity. I think AT he was an excellent example for me, and someone that I look up to. I've never seen AT have a bad day. And in college, I was more in a leadership role always. Especially at Buffalo, and then for sure at Miami, it was a young group. So my first 3 years here, I wasn't really a leader like on the team or in the organization. I was learning, and a lot of those things that I learned was from Adam. Like I said, I've never seen him had a bad day, and sometimes as a leader, you can't really show a bunch of emotion because you got young guys like me, looking up to him and how he's carrying himself and his attitude, whether he liked the situation or not. And I think he did a really good job, being an example for me. So I'm excited about the opportunity.
And what about the opportunity of playing with Justin? Just knowing what defenses tend to do,
Right.
and how that affects everybody else.
Right. I mean, that's always fun. Playing with JJ. Our relationship has just continuously grown. Ever since we started training from the combine together. Hanging out. All the time. This off season, training together. Just hanging out. So I'm really excited to be able to play alongside him. I know he get a lot of pressure. So, try to take some of that pressure off him. We got TJ and all these other guys. In this offense. That can help him. Do the things that he does and continue to make him special. So again, I'm excited about the opportunity.
Who else you've been training with?
I mean, I train with a bunch of guys. I was the beginning of my off season. I was in Texas at Collective, and I mean, I trained with a bunch of guys. I mean, I can go down the list, but you know, JJ was one of the main guys that I trained with after when I went to Miami. That was one of the main guys that I trained with. Yeah.
How much different is this time going to be just knowing you don't have to learn a whole new system like you did last year?
That's going to be, you know, extremely different, and I think that I want to challenge myself and, you know, helping other guys, you know, bringing them along. You know, challenging myself to play different positions which I've always done, but, you know, there's a difference from knowing it and like mastering it, and then to going on another level as far as like learning defenses. And, you know, not that I don't know them now, but, you know, just like, you know, more intense. Like if you ever heard Cooper Cup talk, like it's like, whoa, that guy is smart. Like he like could be in the quarterback room. Like I want to try to push myself to be on that level. I mean, we were even talking today, and I'm just asking a bunch of questions. You know, there's always more to learn. You know, I'm in year 4. I mean, some of these guys have been doing it for so long. So, you know, that's the things that I want to challenge myself to you know, really be a pro and to master my craft.
Okay, when you look back at last season, the second half, it seemed like it kind of really clicked for you. I guess when you assess that, like, what did you find for why things were working in that second half?
I don't know why the first thing I thought of is the book I read, you know, Chop Wood, Carry Water. I mean, I just continue to work every single day, and I stay patient, and I stay consistent. I try to show up every day, and I try to be, one of my old coaches said, you know, consistently good over occasionally great. And like I said, there's only one ball that can go around to everybody. But, you know, I just can try to, you know, do my job, and, you know, the plays will come. You know, and KO told me when he first got here, and he said, you know, there'll be a game where, you know, you may have 2 catches and, you know, 15 yards, and then, you know, there'll be a couple outliers like the Colts game and the Bears game where, you know, I have 157 yards or whatever. It's just like, you know, we on offense, we can't dictate what the defense does or, you know, where Kirk needs to throw the ball and things like that. So, you know, I just try to do my job, you know, stay patient, and, you know, my time came. And, you know, at the end of the season, you know, I found a rhythm there, and that's just the way that the defense was giving us and things like that. And, you know, I was having some success. So I think my goal is to, you know, start that earlier, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, again, like at the position that I play, you know, I can only do my job. You know, it's 11 guys out there. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm doing, you know, impacting the game so that we can win, you know, it doesn't, all that stat stuff don't really matter. I just want to win.
Have you any follow-up with the man in Texas that
Mhm.
since you talked to us last?
Right. So his name is Nelson. It was crazy after I figured out that he's like a TV star on the challenge. But I don't watch that, but it was like crazy that I figured that out. But he just finished another surgery about 2 days ago. He was in the hospital, and then I think he had got like released. He was released, or, you know, to like a lesser like intense care, and then he had to go back. So he had like some little complications with just like covering up skin and things like that. Like it was a pretty tough crash. So I talked to him maybe 2 days ago, you know, going through some surgeries, but he's in good spirits. He's a strong guy. You know, but I said he's in good spirits. I tell him I'm praying for him. I got my family praying for him and things like that. But, you know, like I said, obviously, you know, it could be a tough situation. I mean, he's just in a hospital for somebody that's moving and active all the time, just to be kind of stuck in the hospital bed. But, you know, he is having some surgeries. I think he said that should be the last surgery. So I have been in contact with him though.
Yeah. In your big games against the Western big games against the Bears, Colts, what was the defense doing against Justin? What were you taking advantage of?
I mean,
They weren't thinking that you would be able to do.
right. I mean, every game they're gonna be trying to stop Justin, whether they rolling over him, you know, 2 guys, 3 guys, linebackers bumping him. So I mean, it's like that every game. But I think just in those Colts games, I think when JJ had went out, I think Gilmore had hit him I think he ran a choice route. Gilmore had hit him. That's when he like threw his helmet and stuff like that. Like after that, it was like I moved into JJ's position. I was the X. So I'm like, you know, we were down, we needed a spark, and I think in my mind, I'm like, well, JJ's not on the field. So I mean, somebody got to be the guy. Somebody got to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in JJ's position, so, you know, I'm gonna, for right now, take on that role. Like, you know, I'm the X. So, you know, essentially I was filling in for him until he came back. And originally, like I think the first play they might have threw me a slant, and then you know, we just kind of just got it rolling. Like I said, you know, you can't predict those type of things. And I just try to take advantage of the opportunities that I'm given, that the defense gives us. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into, you know, each and every play and like who gets the ball and things like that. And then, you know, he was able to come back, and, you know, we started to come back. But like I said, every game, you know, it doesn't matter. They always going to try to put a bunch of guys on him. and I'd rather that leaves us one-on-one or, in a zone or whatever it may be. I just try to take advantage of my opportunities. The Bears game is a little different because he only played for, like the first half or something like that. But they're all pretty much the same. I mean, even if he's going against a premier corner, they got some help over there.
KJ, you've talked for a few years about those off-season training sessions with your peers around the league. What about those has been so instrumental for you in your
Right.
growth?
I mean, they've been huge, man. And I think that because it's a total, like it's all encompassing, whether it's on the field, off the field, how you spend your money. Especially coming in for me, it was COVID. It was a COVID year. Like every year, it's a new like regimen of like what you do in the off season. So when you're in college, obviously you go and there's the off season and you're with the team pretty much. And when you're coming to the NFL, like in the off season, you're on your own. Like if you don't want to work out, you don't got to work out. But when you come back to the building, you better be in shape and et cetera. So, like I said, one of the my biggest mentors is Jarvis. I've been able to watch him and be alongside him. Teddy Bridgewater, my guy Anthony Walker, A-Walk. There's just to name a couple guys that I've been able to train around. Really good professionals, and that can kind of help me to create a routine. I talked to Kirk, I talked to Adam, different guys around the league. It's like, what do you do in the off season? How do you watch film? When do you start ramping it up? When do you start running routes? I think as you build up the off seasons, you kind of start getting your own plan and like what you want to do or add things in or this didn't work this year, like things like that. So I think every year you just kind of just build up a regimen of yourself. But I think talking to different people and seeing what they do is definitely helpful in being able to train with those guys each and every day to see how they have success and the coaches they work with and things like that.